Hello, and welcome to Sonic Adventure 2 Battle? Except it's been modded, and we'll talk about that. On the last episode, we finished the hero story, and this time we begin the dark story, except there are mods now. So Prince Sasuke on Twitter kindly suggested that I mod the game to make it better, so I installed quite a few mods. Most of these mods are just to make the game better. There was a video by someone called like Ruby of Blue, something like that. Video in the description for that, as well as all the mods I'm about to list off that I installed. I also installed some mods that are just for fun, just to have a laugh, have a good time. Except we're not going to use them because we don't want to mix business of playing the dark story of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle and the pleasure of some fun mods. So the mods that we'll be using are Cutscene Revamp by Speeps and End User, Action Remap by Sonic Freak 94, Bright Fix by Exant Limit Crown. Oh my god, I have the mod thing, but it's too far. My eyesight, I guess it's gotten bad. Fast Somersault by Speeps, Fixed SFX Volume by F-Man, HD GUI for SA2 by Speeps and Windy, No Model Tinting by Speeps, a lot of Speeps and End User here, Rendering Fixes by End User, and Menu Overhaul by Speeps. I also have a few fun ones, but they're not turned on because they mess with the cutscenes in weird ways, and I figured we wanted to soak in the pleasure, the business of the dark story cutscenes, like I was saying earlier. So let's begin the dark story of Sonic Adventure 2 Dark Story.
Intruder alert. Intruder alert. Security breach at gate 3. Intruder has been located in the north quadrant and is moving in the direction of the underground.
So far, decidedly less fun than the beginning of the hero story. Sonic's jumping out of a helicopter, I'll play with you some other time, beginning to skate down the streets of City Escape San Francisco. But here we're beginning with the edgy Dr. Edggeman shooting and very good explosions happening as he walks through, talking about his grandfather, military research, weapons. We're in for a very serious time. This is the serious side of the story, beginning at the Iron Gate. We're not even beginning with fun, fast hedgehog gameplay. No, we're starting right off with guns a-blazing, shooting, showing people that we mean business. We're here to do harm. We're not here to have a fun time, save our friend from prison. No. We're here at the Iron Gate to break in, do some military research, find out what's up with weapons. A lot of bad things happening here. We're the bad guys now, so we're here to do bad things. Eventually we're going to blow up the moon because we're the bad guy, etc., etc. It's also weird to come back to... Oh, wait, is that... Oh, no, that's just a monkey. I saw the blue, and I thought it might have been big. It's weird to come back to Edggeman, because Edggeman plays just like Tails did. So we're essentially in a worse version of what we just had. Like, I can't boost around. It's a little strange. There was like a physics swap that was supposed to make the physics a little better for these segments, but honestly, I don't mind them too much. The physics swap talked about like, oh, you can change all of the physics to different things, and it sounded like a lot of work. And I was just like, whatever. I'm used to the way the game controls for the most part. I haven't played in a week. So I probably wouldn't have noticed, to be honest. But I was like, whatever, we'll just roll with it. So far, Iron Gate seems very similar to the prison lane, or whatever it was called, Tails' level. I'm guessing a lot of the levels between the two share similarities, even if they have different names. I don't remember Rouge going to a Pumpkin Hill similar thing, though, so the amount of levels each character gets might be a little different. Here we're starting off with Edggeman instead of starting off with Shadow to complement Sonic, etc., etc. We'll probably see the way things shake out in terms of levels and splits and who goes where, etc., etc. And so far, I don't mean to besmirch the mod, but the HD GUI, the general user interface, I actually don't know what the G and GUI stands for off the top of my head, huh? I should probably know that. I've been a UI developer for quite a while. That's not important. It's really not important. My lack of knowing things. That's not a surprise. But I think the big thing that the thing changed was maybe it just upped the text into different higher resolution fonts. I know the life counter at the bottom. I think that's definitely changed. That's the big thing I've noticed. But aside from that, not much more. Doesn't seem to be much we can actually do over here. It might be one of the things that they expect you to come and replay levels. Because, like, by the end of the game, you start getting the ability to break these steel crates, etc. You're probably expected to come back and see what's up with these levels once you have more powers and see, what you can find. You can find other things, get an extra life. Poor Eggman. I saw a Chao crate pop in the corner there, so we'll need to go over there. Looks like it might be a part of a different area. I'm not sure if we're expected to jump over there if we had different power-ups. I'm going to blow this thing up just because we can. I'm not sure if it'll benefit us in any way, but, we might as well do it. I also found out that these things are called beetles. Oh, yeah, I also forgot. I put on two cheat codes. What were the cheat codes I installed? The cheat codes I installed were a Chao stat multiplier. So whenever we give things to our Chao, they grow up faster. So it won't take forever to raise a Chao because our Chao did not evolve at all in the previous playthrough. So I thought a multiplier would be nice. And also I turned on a cheat that made all of the emeralds trackable at once. So maybe the Nucky and Rouge levels won't be, yeah, you don't want to say miserable, but you saw how long it could take me to do some of those levels. I was getting a little PO'd, if you will excuse my language, and the meteor herd. So yeah, I thought, yeah, this is going to be a good cheat to install, and we should probably. I don't remember how happy I was with Zippy's final form. I remember hitting a point where I was really happy with Zippy's aesthetics. So maybe I should just be collecting all these vials instead. I also learned some things about the Chao. I did a little bit of research into the Chao stuff. Learned that the reason our Chao's endurance wasn't growing was because that's based on the food they eat. There isn't an endurance vial. And I wasn't doing a terrible amount of feeding our precious little children, which was my mistake. Also learned things and this one I learned from y'all. I didn't know, I didn't see it on any guide, that the animals do different things. I assumed all animals just gave oh, here's a trait based on this animal. But apparently the fish man thing that I was oh, this is a cool animal, affects their little pom-pom on their head. And the Skull Dog removes features from your Chao. And that's how they work. It's not oh, there's cool Skull Dog features or cool Merman features. No, they do specific. They have specific functionality that they perform. And I should probably just hold the B button down to lock on instead of shooting. I feel like I went back and forth with this in Tales, where it was oh no, I need to hold on to this thing. And other times it'd be no, let's just mess with it. What is going on here? There's a missile. It's not. Doesn't seem to be anything we can do with it. Is there something behind us that we could shoot a missile at? I don't see a way to interact with the missile, though, is the problem. Nothing, Eggman, it doesn't get an interact button. Like a whistle. Does whistling make them... If whistling made the missile fire, that'd be pretty good. But that's not the case. Maybe... Oh. Now we have to interact with the missile. We're just supposed to come down here and piss off the missile. And now we can come back up and make the missile do a thing. Yeah, we had to make the missile have purpose in our life before we were able to use it. Before, if we just shot the missile, what would it be doing? What would it even be doing? It would be doing nothing. And oh yeah, I was so sure that there'd be a Chao crate down there, because it kind of made me run into the goal. And normally when they make you run into a goal, they hide a thing down there.
I should have tried a little harder.
But as Eggman can say himself, I should have tried a little harder. But, it's fine, because we now have 10% of all the emblems in the game. We're almost there. But now we get to come to the Chao World as a villain, as the villainous Dr. Eggman Robotnik, whatever you want to call him. And I just look at his legs. His legs, so good. Just the... It's perfect. Perfect animations. Wonderful game. So another thing I learned about our Chaos is our Chaos have they have hero and villain stats. They build to, or hero and dark, I suppose. Oh, Zippy's not in his birthplace, which is where he normally hangs. Weird. Okay. Oh, that one was Zippy. I forgot. I saw the phoenix, or not the phoenix, the peacock tail, and I was yeah, that looks cool. So right now our Chao are predominantly are entirely or mostly hero, because we've been raising them as the heroes, so they've been going up as heroes, in terms of their points. But now that we'll be raising them as villains, their dark stats will start going up. We can make them go pro hero by doing bad things to them as villains. Whenever you throw them against the wall or whatever, they get like if I was to throw them against the wall, they would get like negative points based on like the character I'm currently playing. So if Edggeman just like yeeted them into a wall a bunch of times, they'd be like, no, actually, I'm going to be a hero instead of a villain. Thank you very much. So I'm not sure if I should have worried too much about that. There are things that I would want to get from obtaining, you know, a hero and a dark Chao. I'm not sure if the multiplier will make that aspect happen faster too. So I don't know. We'll see what happens in the end. I'm gonna continue our. Well, actually, we do have a tiger. Should I give Zippy the tiger? Because Zippy's looking pretty cool. I think we may be done with animals because I'm liking these aesthetics. Maybe one day when we get another, I can't throw him into oblivion. Maybe one day when we get another Chao, we'll start worrying about aliens. Oh my god, animals again. But for now, I think we should focus on the vials because I like the way our Chaos look a whole lot. Okay, so Edggeman had hacked the door. Did he have to hack the door? He's just kind of chilling there waiting for a door to open, I guess.
So this is the military's top secret weapon. It's a lot smaller than I expected. Enter user data. Enter password. Password is Maria. Maria.
It's like he knew. I mean, he said it was his grandpa's place, so that's why he knew it. But what if he just walked in and was like, "Oh shit, I don't know the password," and just like had to leave after infiltrating a military base? Probably would have been bad. Oh, so this is Shadow hanging out. So Edggeman came in here and woke up Shadow. I'm guessing what's happening here, which would explain why Shadow is at the first level, and also this kind of like between Sonic Adventure 1, Sonic Adventure 2. You know, Sonic Adventure 1. Robotnik went and woke up Chaos and was like, "Oh yeah, cool. You know, ancient, oh my god, what are Knuckles people spelled again? Echidnas. He went and woke up an Echidna god, and this time he was like, well, God didn't work. What's the military cooking up? And you know, even Robotnik can't tell Sonic and Shadow apart.
To release me, my master, I will grant you one wish.
So this is got to be a joke, right? Because like Shadow's not really subservient. Like calling him my master's got to be like sarcastic. I'm assuming. I mean, the "I'll grant you one wish" seems to be like a sarcastic thing, unless he was like, "Oh yeah, I'll do chaos control. Get us out of here." Oh, interesting. So we're playing. Oh, we're fighting Hot Shot.
Oh.
This isn't Bigfoot. This is Hot Shot. It's different. Interesting. So we're starting off Shadow fighting a boss, similar to Sonic Adventure 1. You start off the game by fighting Chaos. This does seem to be about the same fight. I thought I remember there being like and by about the same fight, this is exactly the same fight thus far. I thought I remembered there being like metal grates and fences along the side of this fight. Maybe there's another fight in this game that's similar to like where you fight a military mech in the Dark story that I'm thinking of. Maybe it was in addition to like the GameCube version that got removed in the PC port, and or maybe one of my mods changed that. I don't know. I installed quite a few mods. I was really worried that it wouldn't work, but there was another thing I forgot to mention, that there was like a mod loader, and that's like the big thing that made modding it super easy. And I missed my chance to I thought it was my chance to attack. I'm not sure if I just missed my shot, or if I just did a bad job at it, or if it was like an invincible state. Because as we learned fighting Bigfoot like has a very specific time when you can attack him. Well, it seemed that way. I mean, I could totally be wrong. It's not like I'm an expert in this game or anything. Like, I'm not sure if I ran up to him and attacked him while in this state, if I could get him, because it seemed like whenever I tried that as Sonic, I just ended up hurting myself. We have to hit him 2 more times, so I would love to just, you know, get some free hits off on him, but that doesn't seem to be the case. It seems like we have to play his game cycling through. I'm sure there's a way to beat him in fewer cycles if you know what you're doing, but obviously I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh, that was the fast somersault. Yeah, okay. You know, I never noticed that the somersault was particularly slow, but, you know, seeing it go a little bit quicker, I can kind of get the idea. Okay, yeah, you can attack him when he's doing missiles. It's just, if you attack him when he's doing missiles, you're probably going to get hit by missiles, which, oh, nope, I wanted that other ring, but, you know, it's fine. Well, I was going to say, it's weird that they make you fight the same boss twice, but it's actually not that weird. It's a video game, of course. you fight the same boss twice. I'm not sure if this laser move is different. I don't remember Bigfoot doing it, but it's been a minute since we fought Bigfoot. It's interesting though that it had. Well, I was gonna say interesting that it has a different name, even though it's about the same damn thing. But it could be like, oh, if that laser thing is new, it's like, well, the Bigfoot model and the Hotshot model. This is what makes them different. The Hotshot has the laser, and the Bigfoot doesn't. And perhaps another reason is just like they are the same model, but then like, oh yeah, my pilot named this one, Bigfoot, the other one's Hotshot, because they were looking at their, they got their government issue mechs, and they're like, well, what do we name that? And one was like, yeah, this thing's got big feet. This is the Bigfoot. And the other one's like, well, it make me shoot good, so it Hotshot. Also, I love Shadow's skating. Like I said that in the first recording. At some point, I was like, oh, Shadow's, I was never like, oh, Shadow's so cool, but I love Shadow's skating. Shadow's skating is the coolest thing about Shadow, in my opinion. Love the skating.
Too easy.
Also, I have a revelation I had. I assume there's about to be a cutscene here, so I'll give you the revelation afterwards. Yeah, spectacular. I didn't get my ass kicked at all.
You are the military's top secret weapon.
Yeah.
But what did you mean when you said you will grant me a wish?
Bring more Chaos Emeralds.
Shadow, wait!
Okay, so yeah, Shadow's just kind of screwing with him, I
In the
guess.
Central control room on the Space Colony Ark.
Okay, so we heard about Ark about like halfway through the hero story, and like this is like dropped in the first. Well, I was gonna say first level of the game. It's still the opening. Now we're going to see the Rouge Knuckles conflict from the other side, and now we know why Robotnik wanted more Chaos Emeralds. We know he wanted Chaos Emeralds because Shadow said he'd give him a wish if he got them, and we can assume that Shadow is playing Edggeman to some degree. It's hard to say because. What is the plot of Sonic Adventure 2? I mean, there is a plot. It is. You can follow it. It is just it's a silly, cute game. And now we know. Robotnik came in to grab, the emeralds, and he saw the Master Emerald. Was like, oh, good enough, whatever. And also, I believe when we saw this cutscene the other time, it had a different track. I'm guessing it was Knuckles' theme. I can't really hear much of the soundtrack because I'm talking, and also I keep my audio very low because I don't like loud things. Just screaming. That was pretty good. I'm guessing this is like Rouge's theme that we're hearing in the background. Are Rouge's so in in the Nucky treasure explory levels? You got like the rap soundtrack, which I actually really do enjoy. I did say at some point Pumpkin Hill, it's like a kiddie rap because it's a weird rap about ghosts and stuff. But I do actually really enjoy Knuckles' things. I'm not sure if Rouge will get like the lady singing or what the deal is. So this is Dry Lagoon. So it's looking very similar to what we saw from what was it, like Red Canyon, Wild Canyon? It was something like that. So I'm guessing the levels are going to be very similar to each other. Is that like there's like a sound that sounds like somebody making a noise? I'm not sure if that's part of the soundtrack or if Rouge is making that noise. Not sure what's going on, and I keep trying to dig because I've learned that the dig claws are very important, and I'm just trying to like keep it in my mind. Like, yes, I should be trying to dig things, but we don't have that ability right now. Rouge has to earn it, even though she plays the same as Nucky, doesn't mean that she's going to start off with all his power-ups. Oh, also another thing about power-ups. I missed a whole load of power-ups in the other game. We're not going to be going for 100% completion in this game, but perhaps after we finish the Dark Story, we'll go back and collect all the power-ups I missed. Because I just looked at a list of them. I didn't take to heart where they were, because I didn't want to all of a sudden know where they all were in the Dark Story or something like that. But we'll go back at some point and find, we'll go and get the power-ups I missed through these just normal playthroughs. I figured, even if we're not going for 100%, it'd be worthwhile. Rouge must be making that noise because it seems to come in at weird times, and I don't know what makes it happen just yet. Can she do she can do that downwards attack. Not that it was all that useful, it just gave us a spring pad, which we didn't super-duper need. But we're supposed to be able to track all emeralds at once. I think I turned that cheat on. But we've only seen one of the emeralds thus far. I don't know if that's just because I've been sticking to, approximately a single corner of the map. I need to whistle so we can get, an otter. I saw green and thought it was going to be one of those fishmen. But nope, it was in fact an otter. So this is interesting. It is about the same level in terms of layout. But like, they kind of added some like seaweed, some grass, to, give it that lagoon feel, even though like in design, how do I attack? Oh yeah, you can attack in the air by gliding. Now this will be the interesting part. Like, I only found that one emerald. That was the only one that was pinging on my radar. I'm not exploring a lot of the map, or I haven't explored a lot of the map, I should say, yet. Yeah, it's hot, but it's supposed. Oh, I was gonna say it's supposed to be a lagoon. It's supposed to be a lagoon, but I mean, I guess the name Dry Lagoon, states that it used to be. It used to be more. It was at some point a thing, and then it became a desert. I'm guessing is the idea. Now, how are we supposed to get around? Like in Red Canyon, Wild Canyon, whatever it was called, there was like a we can't go down all the way there. There was like an air draft that took us up to the top of the level. That doesn't seem to be the case here. Like is this just like this one little room? Is this area smaller than the Nucky level? Because that seems strange. There must be something around here that I'm just missing. There is that spring pad. Maybe that spring pad will bounce us into an area above. Because in the Nucky level, there was like, this area would have been like the lower level of the map. And then there was like an upper area, but I'm not really seeing that. What is happening here? Chao did say something about an oasis and being able to dive down. Wasn't really paying too much attention to what Chao was saying, unfortunately. Sorry, Chao. We can't dig. What am I missing here? There has to be an area that I'm just not understanding that we can get to, because we've been around the level and we've not gotten any other emerald pings. So it has to be that there is an area here that I'm missing. And I want to know what the hell's making that noise, because there's no way that's part of the soundtrack, because it's weird. Is Rouge making that noise? It doesn't even sound like Rouge. I'm not sure what's happening. Oh, well, there's some robots here I didn't notice. And they're guarding a turtle? Maybe they're trying to... I'm not sure what's happening here, but I want to save the turtle. Oh shit, there's actually a turtle in here. That was surprising. I was like, yeah, they're just standing around a turtle thing, but there was actually, in fact, a turtle in here. Can I stand on the turtle? Will this take me somewhere? Move? Oh, yeah, it's like a warp pad. Interesting. Okay, so there was, in fact, an entirely another area. Interesting. It was a good thing I like turtles, because I saw a turtle. I was like, oh, yeah, turtle, like that. And see, we even found an emerald. Isn't being able to track more than one emerald at a time great? I mean, I kind of found it by accident, to be fair. But we now know, there was like a little unicorn, even though that's not entirely what we want anymore. But maybe those special animals have better stat gains than normal animals. Or maybe they're just like, these are cool animals that people are going to want the aesthetics of. Not entirely sure. But see how much better that was? We beat Rouge's thing in 5 minutes. Like, we were here for like ever as Nucky. I mean, maybe we weren't, because the first episode of the series was a re-record because of technical issues. So maybe Nucky didn't take too long either. But being able to track all of those will make those levels so much less miserable. We're gonna have a great time. And now we'll be able to go to Chao World as all of the characters. I have seen people like enter the Chao room as like Tikal and Amy and like a few other things. I think Metal Sonic too. I don't know. There's like playable characters from the from like 2-player that seem like you can get to them in Chao World. I'm not entirely sure how to do that. If that's like a thing you have to unlock. Let's just go ahead and give you some things, because like what do you have here? You have like bare arms and legs. I like that. Should I risk? I really like the aesthetic we got going on there with the purple legs, but I mean, like adding another peacock couldn't make you look worse. Yeah, like it just made you more powerful, so that's good. I'm not sure if all animals can. How do I whistle? Nope, that's not how you whistle. I want to whistle to the unicorn. The stupid unicorn. They always go into the loading zone. They know I can't go in there. I cannot go in there. Cannot get the unicorn. So the unicorn is just evading me, and I'm going to need you, Sharon, because we got you a lot of things. I don't want to pet you, because petting makes them love the villains more, which will give them dark points, which will get rid of all. Wait, were you just breathing fire? I think our Chao was just breathing fire. I didn't realize Chao could do stuff like that. I mean, we took Sharon and Zippy to the school at one point to learn shake dance, which we haven't seen. So maybe the animals also confer bonuses similar to that. And see, like, Sharon's becoming less like white. Like, I'm guessing like the white color means like it was moving closer to hero, and it's moving towards back the like default blue, which isn't messing with the aesthetic entirely. Like, you know, the blue still goes well with the blue-purple theme. It's just white was a nice complement to the blue and purple add-ons that we got from the animals. So I think Sharon is starting to slip into a life of evil. And we are going into a not only an Eggman level, but he's going back to like his pyramid, which was like late level like hero gameplay. That's interesting. But the big interesting thing is we're playing as Eggman again right off the bat. No time to go back to Shadow. Like, we haven't played a single Shadow level. Like, I'm still going to do this playthrough the same way or same style I did the other one. We'll do 3 levels an episode, with the exception of the 4 whenever we get to the kart driving level, because there's a kart driving level for villains as well. And nope, I thought we'd be able to get the vial before it fell into the thing, but nope. So we're not even going to see Shadow in this first episode. That's a strange choice to, you know, because when I think of Sonic Adventure 2, like you think of Shadow. Like, Shadow's like, you know, the big thing for this game, but you know, Shadow's not even like in the first few levels of the dark story. That's very interesting. Not entirely sure if I like that, but it is. I guess it's worthwhile because, you know, Shadow was new. Well, I guess Rouge is new too. I think Rouge is new. I don't think she had appeared before this game. She wasn't in Sonic Adventure 1 at the very least. So it is just a strange choice that you don't like. Not starting off with Shadow, I can understand, because, you know, Eggman is the bad guy of the Sonic series. Like, you know, as it goes on, like, you know, Shadow just kind of becomes like an anti-hero, and just kind of does like, you know, the cool edgy anti-hero stuff, whereas Eggman, you know, fulfills the more traditional villain role. So starting off with Eggman makes a lot of sense, but not even getting to Shadow in the first few levels, you know, doing a repeat gameplay style is interesting. And I saw that Chao box over there. I wanna go get it, but I also don't want to get hit by these things. Oh, I saw the peacock there, and for a hot second thought it was a Master Emerald char. Oh, and the fire hurt me, which shouldn't surprise me, but it did. Oh yeah, and I forgot that as the mechs, the important thing is the health at the bottom. We won't die if we have 0 rings. Rings are just important for score and etc. So I will need to be careful about our score. I am sad that this is unrelated. We just started picking up the Chao vials and made me think of it. It made me sad that Sharon may end up becoming a dark Chao instead of a hero Chao, because of, I was going to say my poor parenting, but I've been an excellent parent, thank you very much, because of this Chao stat multiplier, which means that all of our dark points are going to be worth a lot more than what we did as a hero, which will be interesting. Oh, shoot, yeah, those have animals in it. What did he say? Did I do like a special attack or something? I don't know. Because when I first played Sonic Adventure 2, I got a hero Chao way before I got a dark Chao. I guess just because when I would go to the Chao Garden, I would typically play as like Tails or Knuckles, because they can fly, baby, and that's cool as hell. And there's a thing we could go over there and whistle, but I don't want to whistle because, you know, I already told you all my thoughts, you know, about the animals and stuff. And I like the animals. I like adding the aesthetics, but that's not what we're going to be doing. And there is I'm going to go ahead and take the checkpoint just in case I die doing this, because there is another path over there. And I would like to see what's up with that path, but I'm not sure if we'll be able to make it. And unfortunately, the camera wants to stick in this default position. Oh yeah, there's like a little meter above our health. I wonder if that's like, yeah, if we had like a double jump, we could make it over there. But as it is now, like if I were to jump, I would just fall in the sand. I think falling into the sand is, let's just go ahead and do it. I'm not sure if we can like, yeah, I can't like hop. Like, you know, sometimes with quicksand, rather than like falling straight in like video games, you can actually jump to kind of stop yourself from falling in. But no, like once Eggman was in the sand, it was over. The mech, too heavy for Eggman to operate. could not ever hope to let's say, as Maya Kantla, whose last name I always mess up, I'm so sorry, pointed out, Tails was able to lift himself, the boy, and his big boy mech up with a single arm, holding them from the thing, and that's just like a little cute little raccoon thing. We'll leave the cute little raccoon alone. We'll just move on. We know what's up with animals. I don't need to say it again, even though I feel the need to constantly reiterate myself because wait, was that a bat? That is in fact a bat. How many animals we got? I would love to replace the peacock with a bat because I would love to delete one of our Chow's feet because having no feet is cool as hell. There's also a Chao crate there, which I got excited about when I saw, but I don't really need to be because the Chao crates provide animals, and as we know, the thing I said about reiterating points, about to do it again because I guess that's just who I am at heart. It's just someone who says the same damn thing. What did I destroyed something and the yellow vial came up, but I don't know what I did. I can't. I'm trying to break those so I can stand up. Wait, controller's going weird. Controller, what are you? Okay, it went weird there for a little bit. Probably a weird Bluetooth issue, which is funny. When I first started using my Switch controller for like Let's Plays and stuff, I used to have a lot of connection issues, but that just eventually stopped happening. And I'm not sure if it's just I figured out how to connect it better, because I have not changed my cheap ass Bluetooth adapter that I put on my computer. Have not gotten a better like Bluetooth card or anything. But I just haven't had these issues in a while. In my Wario Land 4 LP, I believe that was the first one where I started using a Bluetooth controller. Had a lot of issues with it disconnecting and doing weird things, but not so much as of late. And I wonder if that was maybe the Game Boy Advance emulator I was using. Maybe just had trouble getting well, it wasn't actually getting the signal, but getting in the inputs for a controller for whatever reason. And it wasn't actually the Bluetooth that was causing the problem, or if perhaps Steam's addition of like Switch for whatever. That wouldn't make sense though. That Steam's Switch thing is just better than what I was using before. Oh, you can hit the balloons for power-ups. I didn't realize it. We've been seeing those balloons, and I just haven't been able to hit one. And I'm going to shoot that down, but it doesn't look like I have a way of getting up there. Maybe it's worthwhile for... oh, I see. We'll be able to walk back this way. Oh, I thought we'd be able to walk back this way on this pillar, and it would lead us to like a little secret area or some garbage. And in fact, what's down here? There's like a little crushy boy, but I don't see why we'd want to come down here. Is there like a Chao crate? Is this just a punishment? This is just a punishment room. So if you fall down here, you get punished. But I'm also very naturally curious about exploring things in video games, and decided to send myself to the punishment chamber because. What if there was a goodie in the punishment? That's one of my least favorite things in video games. Whenever video games have like the, like a death pit, or what would normally be a death pit that you have to jump into because now there's something in it. I hate that kind of stuff. Unless there's a good tell letting you know, like, hey, this is actually safe. Some kind of graphic or just something to lead you down there. It was a bit of a, I was gonna say a bit of a longer level, but 7 minutes is pretty par for the course, in terms of other things we've done. I'm not the fastest. I do not gotta go fast is what I'm saying. But that's it for now. Still love running around as Edggeman. Running around as Edggeman, very good. I'm so that wah noise like echoed in such a way that it confused me a little. I guess it's a shame. I wanted to make one of our Chao, like I wanted to make Sharon a hero Chao, since like the white went well with like the white pink purple like thing that we were going for. I mean, the pink purple will actually still go very well with the black. But seeing as both of our Chao are probably going to end up developing into villain Chao unless I leave Zippy alone, and then that might be what we do. Is I'll probably just start ignoring animals from now on and only bringing back vials. And then we'll let Zippy, we'll raise Zippy exclusively with the hero Chao, so Zippy can develop into a hero Chao, and then Sharon can be a villain. Oh, actually, wait. So I saw a comment about how, the way to actually pronounce Sharon, and it's like Chiron. I think that's how you actually pronounce that. So I've recorded these way in advance, so I'm so sorry about that kind of stuff. But I will remove one of our Chow's feet to apologize, because that is a perfect apology. I'm sure you all are very aware that removing one of your children's feet is how you apologize for saying something incorrect on the internet. Like, see, look how. Oh wait, you removed your. Well, we're gonna have to get back on developing aesthetics with Zippy. Unfortunately, since Zippy lost some things and removing its legs, but it's fine because Zippy will no longer have legs. I will never make the mistake of using a skull dog to remove or to give Zippy legs back, but we will have to find like some peacocks or something to deck out Zippy. But Zippy, we're gonna leave you alone for now. Chiron, however, which I'm hoping that's correct. I might be misremembering. No, I don't want to shake that. I want to feed our children, because feeding our children increases their endurance, and increasing their endurance will be important for Chao mini games later, which I would like to do, which is why I put on that Chao multiplier, so I don't have to grind up Chao junk. But yeah, that's the end of the thing. We'll do more of the thing. We'll get to see the Shadow Hedgehog in the next one. The Shadow Hedgehog.